Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in my very special place, the stunning Pyrenees mountains. I brought this huge roll of paper with me, so I wanted to capture this landscape in a way a little different than the traditional plein air painting like I did in my last video. We're going big and we're going fast. So here's what we're going to be painting today. And for this piece I used a combination of mixed media materials, acrylics, pastels, crayons, inks, so you see me trying all those out. The goal's not to get a perfect view of the mountains, it's just about capturing the feeling of being here. When you're in nature, it's all about immersing yourself in the moment, and that's what I'm trying to do. Here, grab a couple of sticks that are lying about to scratch into the paint, just spraying and dampening down the paper to get the paint flowing. It's quite a hot day, so I think it's probably going to dry really quick. And then straight from the tube I'm going in with some black acrylic paint. One thing I love about working on a large scale like this, especially outside, is that you're forced to be bold. You just you have to. It's big paper, so you have to just go for it. There's no time to overthink. Use big strokes, try and catch the energy of the landscape. It's all about finding the rhythm and having that connection with the environment. Here I am doing a little bit of scratching with my stick that I found lying about, and just to basically get some different marks in there. I think the paint's dried already, so a bit difficult. This paper's not really thick paper, it's quite thin, so I didn't want to press too much. But I really enjoyed going in with this paint straight from the tube. Just getting in the basic forms and thinking about texture and line. And the sky, I'm really into my skies at the minute. Here I'm using quite a big brush really, just trying to get the energy of, well, the feeling of the place. Just focusing on how it makes me feel. The wind's blowing a little bit, the clouds are moving. I'm trying to catch that energy in those brush strokes. I'm not at all trying to replicate the scene exactly, it's not what I do, but I'm having a really lovely time. Here I've got my scrapey tool out, scraping down the paint from where I placed it. Add a little bit of white from the tube again, making these swirly whirly cloud marks with my stick. You can see I'm moving about a lot, and I think this adds to the energy that I'm getting in these marks that I'm putting down. Something I have to take back to the studio. And I think the speed in which I'm working helps as well, which I often do in beginnings of paintings. But no problem with this. I like working fast in the beginning, then things tend to slow down. Maybe I could keep that speed up for longer. Back in the studio, I mean. I always like to learn something from these experiment processes, and I think that is today's lesson. Keep the energy up right till the end. I'm going to try it. Let me know how you work. Do you work fast, slow, mix? Here I really watered down the paint, doing some splashes and some splodges. So I'm coming to the end of this black and blue creation. I'm going to roll out some more paper and try some different colours. Here's a little close-up of the black and blue. It's really rough, but it's expressive. I think it really captures this moment in time, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So here I go. I'm going to roll out again. Start something new. See what happens this time. I am going for my ink. Squirting on some white paint and still being really playful. Grab my scraper, scrape this lovely, lovely sky blue colour. So like a lot of my videos, this technique's all about experimenting. That's what I love doing most, experimenting, trying new things. Honestly, it's really, really freeing to just grab this big roll of paper and get out there in the middle of nowhere. I'm right on top of a mountain. You don't need perfect conditions, of course. You can do this anywhere, just outside in your garden if you want to. Just grab a roll of paper and some favourite tools and go for it. Nature, being out here, looking out on this magnificent view, of course, it's a very inspiring way of creating. But I do feel that the process, especially in a situation like this, is more important than the outcome. Just being in the moment. This big roll of paper, by the way, is from, I've had it years and years. I bought it for the kids to play on, to play on, to draw on, to paint on, to create on. Years and years ago from IKEA. It came with a like on a wooden rolly thing, so you could just kind of tear pieces off. But they prefer to work on just sheets of paper in the end, so it never really got used until now. I grabbed it out. I got this idea from another artist, actually, a YouTube artist, Gaina Patel, who was using a roll of wallpaper to create. She had it on her easel, just to using it bit by bit. And I got the idea of, well, I think it was one of her viewers, subscribers, who recommended it to her to try out, which she did. And as I was in the mountain, I thought it was an ideal opportunity to grab my old roll of paper, and perfect timing to use it for this massive mountain range landscape. So yeah, thanks for the idea, always brilliant. Any ideas? Put them in the comments. I'm not sure if you watch this channel, but thanks anyway. And if you've got anything new for me to try out, then do let me know and I'll definitely give you a shout out. I think that's what's great about YouTube. We can all share our ideas, pass things on, encourage each other to create more. Here I folded over the paper to get a monoprint. I love monoprinting. I love doing this in my sketchbook. When I sketch on one page, I print it on the other page. You've probably seen me doing this in other videos, so I'm trying it out on this big sheet. But I think because the paint's drying so quick, and the paper tore a little bit and folded over, but I think because the paint dried so quick, it didn't work really well, but I did get a little bit, which means I've got a little bit of a start for the next bit of paper unrolling. And did you notice that my length of paper is getting longer and longer each time? This next bit I'm turning around and I'm going to paint this side of the mountain, and on the top of this one there is a little chapel. Bit of a trek to get up there, which we often do, so I've kind of turned around facing the other way. Orange straight from the tube again, and then I use these little paint sticks, kind of a watercolour paint stick that I enjoy using. They're metallic. This is a green one. Can't see it very well in the video, but I think I change it for something that you can see in a minute. Yeah, I get my yellow paint tube out. Crayon. Here I grab I think it's a woody I've got there, make an attempt to draw in the little chapel, which is way out of proportion. Much too big, but you know, who cares? I wanted my chapel to be big, so it's big. I think I try and change it a bit later on, make it a bit smaller. There's one thing I hope you take away from this video, is that you don't have to strive for perfection. You just have to grab what you've got, play around, experiment, test techniques. The beauty of it's in the process. Just let nature inspire you. So this side was a bit different. It was more grassy, more hilly, rather than mountains. So there, I do go back to my little chapel, make it smaller, added some white there to bring the size down. Can't wait to get back into the studio and transfer these into some paintings. Like usual, I'm probably just gonna end up tearing them up, so you can probably see me doing that in future videos by using them as collage paper in other paintings. So there it is. It's rough, it's messy, expressive, but I hope it inspires you to try something new. Big piece like this. Step out of your comfort zone. Create freely. Wherever you are, wherever you want to do it. I think I at least captured the size, the intensity of the mountain range by using this massive big roll of paper. And you get an idea here of the size as I'm rolling it up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for subscribing. Hope to see you in more fun arty adventures. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me explore. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Bye for now. Au revoir.